self-published science fiction competition, SPSFC, which, by the way, trying to say that has been surprisingly difficult in recording this video, has once again demonstrated it's more interested in ideological purity than rewarding genuine talent. The recent removal of Devon Eriksen, author of Orbital Space 1, Thief of Fire, from the competition at the insistence of other competing authors is nothing short of blatant political censorship. The decision raises critical questions. Is the competition truly about celebrating independent science fiction, or is it just another echo chamber designed to exclude anyone who doesn't conform to a rigid world viewpoint or ideological viewpoint? I'm Will, I host the Board Book Geek. Like, sub, tell me what you think in the comments below. And consider joining my Patreon or becoming a member for exclusive content you'll never get anywhere else. For those familiar with the SPSFC's so-called Code of Conduct, this outcome was entirely predictable. The document, rather than being a neutral guideline for professionalism and fair play, reads like a political manifesto designed to ensure that only authors with particular ideologies are welcome. Any author who leans remotely in any other direction, or even slightly skeptical of the prevailing progressive orthodoxy, is at immediate risk of being targeted, ostracized, and removed. Eriksen, whose work speaks for itself in terms of quality, audience engagement, never stood a chance. The moment he became a finalist, the knives were out. This isn't about his book quality, and I will say, Orbital Space 1, Thief of Fire, is well received, commercially successful, and honestly one of the best science fiction books I've read in years, well written and thought-provoking. But success, as we've seen time and time again in publishing, is threatened by those who rely on ideological gatekeeping rather than merit to secure their place in the industry. Many of his detractors have made it painfully clear that their outrage is rooted in jealousy rather than legitimate concern. His book is succeeding in ways theirs likely never will. Instead of focusing on improving their own work, these authors took the coward's way out, demanding he be removed from the competition altogether. It's easier to cancel someone than to outright them, I suppose. But I don't think many of them could outright him. This is part of a broader trend in modern publishing, particularly in the realms of science fiction and fantasy. We've seen it before. Talented authors get pushed aside because they refuse to parrot the correct political beliefs. Traditional publishing has long been guilty of this, and now even self-publishing spaces, supposedly the last bastion of free expression in literature, are being infected with the same ideological brain rot. Literary competitions should exist to recognize storytelling, world-building, and originality. They should not be a forum for political policing. The SPSFC's decision to remove him proves their priority isn't discovering great self-published science fiction. It's ensuring that all participants conform to their ideological preferences. This isn't just unfair to him, it's unfair to readers. Science fiction has thrived on diversity, and not just of background but of ideas. Some of the greatest works in the genre have come from authors who challenged prevailing beliefs and questioned the status quo. But today's publishing establishment, which, if you want the honest truth, indie publishing is functioning more and more like traditional publishing every day, including competitions like the SPSFC, is doing everything in its power to crush true diversity of opinion. It's worth asking if the SPSFC is willing to remove him for his political views, how many other talented authors have been silenced in the same way? How many voices have been discouraged from participating because they know the moment they step out of line they'll be the target for removal? How many writers keep their mouths shut because they're scared of being targeted by people like this? Let's be real. If there's one silver lining in this situation, it's that readers, not gatekeeping competition organisers, ultimately decide what book succeeds. Just because you win an award doesn't mean your book's good. Eriksen's removal from the awards might be a slap in the face, but it will also kind of act as a marketing thing. Let's be real, all publicity is good publicity, and it won't stop him from selling books, growing his audience, or continuing to write compelling and brilliant science fiction. In fact, this kind of censorship often backfires in the most spectacular way. Readers, especially those tired of seeing the same ideological censorship take precedence over quality storytelling, will rally behind him. The SPSFC have made their stance clear. Meritocracy is dead, and ideological conformity is the only currency that matters. If they want to become just another political echo chamber, let them. In the end, the only thing they're achieving is further discrediting their own competition. Real science fiction fans will continue to speak out and support Gate books, regardless of whether or not the panel of political enforcers deem them acceptable. Devon Eriksen isn't the first author to be blackballed for his beliefs, and he won't be the last. But the good news is that independent publishing, mostly, allows authors to succeed outside of the rigged system. Readers want great stories, not lectures, and as long as that remains true, no amount of censorship will truly be able to stop great science fiction from thriving.